chance saloon for Rangers over in the Scottish Premiership as they take on their bitter rivals Celtic this weekend to give themselves one last hope of saving the title race. We'll take a look at all of it next. Our prediction video today. Look forward to match day. I don't even know what it is. The next match day over in Scotland, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe and bang your banger today. All things football related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. Oh, here, boys. Under one Rooski. That's right, of course. It is last chance saloon for Rangers. Of course, if they win this, then of course they're within touching distance of getting right back in the title race, of course. But a win for Celtic, you can probably give them the title there and then. We'll take a look at all of it in a minute. Of course, a big shout out to my VRPs. They are the Patreons. You know who you are, you sexy sons of bitches. That's right, of course. If you want to join those gangs, check out the link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. So here we go then, boys and girls. We're going to recap the results last round. Again, it's just the way that it is at the moment. I'm working my ass off behind the scenes at work, proper work, and I can't really connect with Dion at the moment, but we will try and we're going to get him back. So I was hoping to get him back for this one because he's a big Celtic fan, so I wanted to see what his thoughts were on this game. But again, just my past and his past cannot cross right now, but hopefully things will change in that regard very, very soon. So the games before, Aberdeen against Livingston, 2-1 it was in favour of Livingston in the end. Now went with a draw. Dundee was supposed to beat St Johnstone, but they drew. St Mirren again against Hibs was meant to be a draw, but it was a big win for Hibs. Of course, David Gray in the hot seat for the time being. Meanwhile, Rangers did their bit, 3-1 winners over Motherwell. Ross County also did their bit. They lost against Celtic, 2-0 loss in the end. And then, of course, right at the bottom there, Hearts did their bit, 3-2 win over Dundee United. That's, of course, the state of play there. That is what I believe is the state of play in the league. Of course, 6 points is the difference. It could be down to 3, of course, if Rangers were to beat Celtic this weekend. If you want a bit of drama in your life, that's the way you want to do it. Otherwise, I think it's pretty much game over. I don't think it's mathematically over. I still think they could be caught, but realistically, they'll probably be within a point of winning it. Down the foot, Dundee are in trouble. St Johnstone hanging on in there with a bit of life, but of course they need some results, and of course Hibs winning. They're top of the bottom there, when they realistically could be as high as 4th. If you look at the points tally there, they should be as high as 4th. But a fine margins it is between the likes of Dundee United and all the way down to Livingston there. Just points, just a couple of points there between those six teams or so. Anyway, let's take a look at how you guys got on. How about look at this then? Kevin, James PCFC, you're great. Share it on, and email us saying with 4 points on the board. Well done to you guys. Kicking ass and taking this. What about the mini leaderboard? Now, this is from January onwards, and it is actually James PCFC are great, who is winning it. 2 points clear over Shane O'Donnell and Max Sangari, of course, in the Power 3. Of course, the next time you see me will be well and truly in May, and we'll have the reveal of course, who is who won the predictor of the month for April, and of course, who was actually winning the grand old scheme of thing, who's destined to become champion for Scotland. This is the link here, Cut4Scotland. It's free. Get involved. You can still do stuff. You can still do damage. In fact, you can actually just predict the last couple of games of the season, and then you might win the predictor of the month for April, and then you might actually win the overall grand scheme. Imagine that. You waited all season, you come in the last bit of the thing, and then just win it, of course. Anyway, these are the games, of course, coming at you this coming weekend, and we're going to jump in the deep end. It's just me today, no Dion, unfortunately, but we're going to have a look at it anyway in all its glory. Kick it all off with Aberdeen up against Dundee. It's in the bottom half, of course, the relegation tier. That's right. Now these two sides have played each other 55 times in 1998, 27 wins for Aberdeen, 12 wins for Dundee, and 16 draws. Of course, Aberdeen just 1 win, 6 though for Godwin's boys. It's not really worked out for him just yet, but maybe it's next season where it's all at. Dundee, though, coming to on the back of a 3-game unbeaten run, 25% form though, but those that have unbeaten games have been draws. They haven't won in the last 10. They come into this, of course, playing Aberdeen Epitodry last time around back in December, Boxing Day it was, 2-1 winners for Aberdeen. However, Dundee have played Aberdeen 2 other times, of course, over at in Dundee, and it was a 2-1 win way back in, of course, match number 9 this campaign. Also a 2-2 draw back in April, of course. So this season, the away side hasn't won this game when, of course, they've been playing, of course. So take from that one when you were. Dundee, of course, coming to this on the back of the draw against St Johnstone. Livingston, of course, did beat Aberdeen last time around. The odds for this one, we're coming at you. Aberdeen are actually 20-13 on the directly found of 2. Is your 90-4 is your away win. That is, of course, Dundee on this one. I'm going with a 2-1 win for Aberdeen. That's right. Surely they're going to be bottom of the pops there, Dundee. But we'll see about that. Next, of course, we have Livingston up against Hibs, of course, down at the Tony Macaroni Stadium. Now, these two sides have played 41 times since 2001. 13 wins for Livingston, 22 wins for Hibs, and 6 draws, of course. Livingston just 1 win 5 for them, 42% 42% form up against the Hibs side, also 1 win to 5, 42% form for them heading into this match. Last time, of course, over at Livingston, it was a 1-0 win for Livingston. That was back at the Tony Macaroni Stadium. Of course, the reverse fixture, of course, way back, of course, in August, match number 4, it was a 2-0 win for Hibs at Easter Road. They also played each other at Easter Road back in January. It was a 3-2 win for Livingston as well. So Livingston actually coming to this with back-to-back wins over Hibs. They're looking for a 3-peat. Of course, Livingston did come into this on the back of that 2-1 win over Aberdeen. Of course, Hibs with a 1-1 win over St Mirren. Right here, right now. The odds, though, 70-10 is your Livingston, 70-10 is your Hibs. Of course, the bookies can't separate them. 21-10 is your draw. What about you guys? I'm going to go with the 1-0 win for Hibs. Backing my boys here. Backing the Hibs to get the win on this one. Super Jays, that's right. Up against St Mirren in the Battle of the Saints. Coming at you as well on Saturday, April the 30th. Now, these two sides have played each other 59 times since this is year 2000. 24 wins for St Johnstone, 13 wins for St Mirren, and 20 draws. Just one defeat in the past 5 for St Johnstone right now. 50% form. That's 1-2, lost 2, and drawn 2. Of course, over the last 6, St Mirren, though, coming into this on the back of the 5 defeats on the spin. Stephen Robinson, of course, he traded in the bays of Morecambe, the beaches of Morecambe, to move up to St Mirren. That's 5 defeats on the spin there. 17% form for them heading into this game. Last time around, of course, over at McDermott Park, it was a 0-0 draw back in November 2021. The reverse fixture, the first fixture, of course, between these two sides way back, match number 4 in August, was also a 0-0 draw. However, they also played each other at St Mirren Park, of course, back in February. It was a 2-1 win for St Mirren back in match number 26. Of course, St Mirren picking up a 1-0 loss against Hibs. Back-to-back games now without a goal for them. Up against St Johnstone, of course, coming to on the back of that 1-1 draw against Dundee. The odds for this one, 20-20 is your host, 22-1 is your draw, 11-5 is your away win. That's St Mirren here. Going back the home here, home side here, 1-0 win for St Johnstone to take it to the house. Into the final 3 is the top half now. We go Dundee United against Motherwell, of course, over at Tannadice. Now, these two sides have played 91 times since 1994, 34 wins for Dundee United, 32 wins for Motherwell, and 25 draws. Of course, just 1 win, though, and the last 6 for Dundee United, 42% form for them heading into this. Up against the Motherwell side, also 1 win, and the last 6, 33% form heading into this match. Of course, last round, though, over at Tannadice, it was a 2-0 win for Dundee United back in February 2022. Of course, they also played each other way back, and of course, match number 10. Of course, it was a 2-1 win at Tannadice as well for Dundee United. They also played each other at Fir Park, which is strange. Of course, there was a 1-0 win for Motherwell back in November as well. So the home side's won, in fact, unbeaten in this last 6 games, of course. But yes, this is the 3rd time Dundee United have played Motherwell over at Tannadice. You would think they would flip it around there, but of course, no. Dundee United coming to this on the back of that 3-2 loss against Hearts. Motherwell, that 3-1 loss against Rangers. Expect some more defeats of these guys, of course, up against the Power 3 here. Of course, Dundee United 13-8 for the victory, 2-1 is your draw, and 90-10 is your away when that's Motherwell. Going to go with a 2-2 draw here, right down the middle, point split. What about you? What do you think about that? Into the Power 2 games we go. This is where it's not really where it's all at, but of course, Hearts up against Ross County, of course, played each other 22 times since 2012. 8 wins for Hearts, 2 wins for Ross County, and 12 draws, of course. Hearts coming to this unbeaten in the last 6 games. We get 5 wins and a draw, 92% form for them. Up against the Ross County side, just 1 win and 4 for them, 58% form over the last 6 though. Looking bad, not too shabby on them either. Meanwhile, last round over at Tynecastle, it was a 2-1 win for Hearts back in Boxing Day 2021. Of course, they played each other a couple of times in Ross County, and both of those have been draws. In fact, Ross County just 1 defeat of the past 6 games against Hearts heading into this over the last 6 occasions, and that was that 2-1 win for Hearts back at, of course, Boxing Day. The rest have been draws. Wow. Hearts coming to this on the back of that 3-2 win over Dundee United. Of course, Ross County with a 2-0 loss against Celtic. The odds for this one, though, Hearts coming at you 20-13 on for the victory, 30-5 is draw, 17-4 is your away win on this one. So I'm back in Hearts here, of course. We have 3-1 win for them in the end. So here we go. Of course, once again, it's the Glaswegian derby. That's right. Celtic up against Rangers, of course. Now, this is how it's going to have to plan out for Rangers. Of course, they're going to have to win this one. They are going to have to win this one. But, of course, Celtic and Rangers both have to take on Hearts, of course. So if Rangers were to win this one, they will need Hearts to step up the plate and beat Celtic. Whenever they lock horns in this final stretch of games, and again, they'll also have to beat. They basically have to be winless, and that's completely doable. But however way, let's take a look at this game. Of course, taking place on May the 1st. That's right, May the 1st be with you. Of course, Celtic Park is the venue. 100 times they played since 1997. 47 wins for Celtic, 37 wins for Rangers, and 16 draws. Of course, Celtic though just 1 defeat at the past 6 games, 83% form up against the Rangers side, who've won 4 on the spin, 63%, 67% form for them as well. However, of course, I'm recording this on the 28th of April, of course, the day of Rangers semi-final in the Europa League. If they were to win the semi-finals and make it to the final and win that final, of course, they would possibly leapfrog Celtic in the Champions League and go into the group stages. I don't know the permutations, of course, who goes where and what going thing, but I do believe the Europa League winner gets into the group stages automatically, and of course, the winner of the Scottish title will go into the qualifying phase. And so it may, if it was to end here today. There still is a little bit of sunshine on the horizon for Rangers if they get the right results. against RB Leipzig. Of course, so heading into this game, of course, the last time played each other over at Celtic. Well, actually, yeah, was it at Celtic Park? It was a 2-1 win for Rangers in the Scottish Cup. That's back in April 2022. However, and also, they've also played each other a few other times this season. It's actually going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th time they played each other this season. They already played each other 3 times in the league, and Celtic won 2 of them. And then, of course, Rangers won the other 2. Of course, a 1-0 win for Rangers in the Premiership and a 2-1 win for them in the Scottish Cup. So this is it. It boils down to this. Who is actually the better side out of these two sides? Of course, Rangers coming to this on the back of that 3-1 win over Motherwell. And of course, Celtic with a 2-0 win over Ross County. Of course, the odds there for this one, we have 2019 on is your Celtic. They are red hot favourites, 14-5 is your away win. That's what Rangers, of course, and 12-5 is your bloody draw. What have I gone? Have I gone with a draw? I've gone with a 3-0 convincing win for Celtic. Of course, they may be a bit of a hangover for Rangers or down in the dumps, of course, from the game that happens today. So we'll see about. But that, I think, will wrap up the title race, in all honesty. But of course, get your picks in as well. Scott. Am I right or am I wrong? Let me know down below, of course. But until then, guys, smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. We'll be back, of course, to cover the remaining games. Of course, hopefully, Rangers can keep going in the old Europa League anyway, to give themselves some hope to end the season strongly in that regard. But anyway, please do smash the thumbs up. It does wonders for the old algorithm. That could be the difference between these videos returning next season or not. I'm trying to get the love up there. I'm trying to get the channels moving in the right direction. And I need to see that the numbers are right. So worth the effort. But anyway, that's it, guys. Smash the thumbs up. See you soon for the next one. Of course, boys, we're done right now.